about like talking about freelance.
Okay. So, since we have her Twitch audience too, um, and maybe a couple of you are a little newer to our club, I just wanted to talk about our mission again at Digipaint. But we're the very first digital art club at the University of Michigan, and we offer a lot of social and professional events like this one with Yueko, a place to build connections with others and hone your skills and careers. And we have workshops and opportunities and an inclusive community. So for those of you who are on Yueko's end, this is probably pretty new to you, but yeah. Looks like the slide did not change.
Wait, it still hasn't changed to our mission?
No.
Oh no! It's a very long delay.
We can also show slides on our end if it's already moving for you, and then whenever you move your slide, we can kind of do it. I don't know if it'll be a little too laggy for your own audience, though.
Do the people hear like my voice right now, or do they hear the audio of the stream?
They hear your voice right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you can move it along.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We record. Okay. I can kind of share with the stream. Okay. So we can see that's going. All right. But can you see which slide we're on?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, the slide changed.
It moved.
Oh, how would I see what slide you're
on? So we're just like sitting on the slide right now. I didn't want to like overwhelm your computer by sharing it on Discord too.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the introduction slide.
Cool. So I'm gonna move on to the next slide. So we're gonna start off with an introduction of Yueko. Do you want to kind of introduce yourself, like your name, what kind of art you do, and random fun facts?
Yeah, so I'm Yueko. Yue is from my real name, and the ko is from like a really old name that I used to go by, Kokoro. And originally I wanted to be an animator when I was younger, since I really liked watching a lot of movies growing up. But things happened, and now I draw anime girl illustrations.
All right, awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. So, talking about your art journey, what has your art journey kind of been like? And kind of things with like background art. Are you self-taught? Did you take any classes? And kind of like your inspirations and such?
So I've been drawing ever since I can remember. It's more like I never stopped. I think everyone draws a lot when they're like a kid in kindergarten, right? But I think I just kept going. And I am self-taught in a sense that I absorbed everything I could from the internet. So it's almost like the internet taught me how to draw, but I kind of looked around for resources myself. I did study 2 years of 2 separate courses, 3D animation and game art. But I wouldn't say that these courses helped my illustration skill. And so I always loved drawing, and I wanted to do something creative for as long as I can remember. Early on, I was really inspired by digital artists that shared their work online. But my dad was always opposed, so it took me until the end of high school to finally commit, as I just didn't think I could dedicate myself to anything as much as art.
I see. That's awesome. So, what kind of software do you use, and what kind of tablet or drawing device do you use?
At the moment, I use the Cintiq 16 Pro Touch along with Clip Studio Paint. Sometimes I use Procreate on the iPad Pro, especially when I'm traveling because it's just so convenient. And in the past, I've gone through quite a few tablets, but I ended up keeping the Cintiq as my main device because I realized I like drawing on a smaller screen. Previously, I had like a massive 27-inch Cintiq, but I realized I like drawing on a smaller screen, maybe because I use my wrist rather than my arm, and then I have like a big screen behind it if I want to see like the artwork closer up or have more real estate for references and whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah, it's also more manageable to travel with, so if I go overseas, I can actually take my full setup with me.
oh, that's very cool that you have kind of a very accessible setup. So, do you have any favorite things that you like to draw?
I mostly like drawing fan art of like games and anime that I enjoy. Mostly girls. Yeah.
Do you have certain fan art that you've kind of taken a liking to? Like, what kind of fan art have you created?
Lately I've been drawing a lot of Genshin, but it's
Nice.
not actually because I played Genshin. It's because it's popular and they have pretty character designs. So it's like I enjoy drawing the character designs and they are well received like online and at conventions.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I really love your Ganyu fan art.
No, thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to art at conventions.
All right. Hi, I am AJ. I am the outreach officer. That was Abby, our president.
Hello.
And Yueko, if you wanna go forward a few slides until the one with your on it, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So first we're gonna talk about conventions and your experience at them. So which conventions have you like sold your art at, and do you plan to attend any and sell any more art in the future, in the near future, or in the future in general?
Yeah, so I've sold at conventions primarily in North America, Australia, and New Zealand. I do plan to continue in the near future. I think at the moment, for myself, lined up, there's Overload and Anime Expo that are confirmed this year. I have a few others that are confirmed. I have some helpers in the NA who sell for me, but these two I'll be attending personally. But yeah, I love being able to meet the people who come visit my table and also other artists.
That's so exciting. That's so cool. And like when you're signing up like to be an artist at a convention, like what is the process like, or what has your experience with the process been like?
Generally, after signing up to their mail list, at some point they'll send you an email with like a registration date, and it'll either be first come first serve, juried, lottery, or a mix. For example, like half jury, half lottery. Usually After the table slot is confirmed, you just pay and show up on the day.
Awesome. And do you have like any favorite places to order your prints from that you end up selling at the convention?
Usually I look around for like a local printer in the country that I'm going to. In the US, Catprint is quite reliable with really cheap shipping and an easy online order process. Minuteman is like a chain that's often available for last minute print orders if anything goes wrong. Besides that, I like to look for printers that have an Indigo printer. I think these two that I listed actually don't, but I really like the results and colors produced by that machine, so I try to find it when I can.
Oh yeah, that's super awesome. Yeah, I was gonna ask like a follow-up question about like, so how do you like transport the prints? But that makes sense that you would print in them in the country that you're um going to. So that's really
Yeah,
cool.
and then
Um,
if you're staying at a hotel, usually the hotels will hold packages for you like up to 1 week before you arrive, so you can just get it delivered there and pick it up.
oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And like, how many prints do you typically make for each convention, or like, does it depend on like the convention and like how big it is, or like the fandom that you're
Yeah, it does depend on both actually, and like different places kind of have different fandoms that are more popular. So you have to weigh that in as well. I think like even the east and the west sides of America have different tastes.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
really interesting. Cool.
So I do try to think about that when estimating. And it varies a lot by how big the convention is. And also, so far each year, I've had to print more and more. Um, After COVID, there was a boost because everyone had money saved up and was ready to visit conventions.
Definitely.
So
That's awesome. That's
it's a bit hard to say. It's like mm, I think the most I've ordered is maybe like 1,700. I order
wow.
way more than needed, because it's better to have too much prints than too little.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, that's super cool. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for sharing that. Um, do you have any, you kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but do you have like any like favorite parts of the convention?
Yeah, I actually really like to go around the convention when I can. If I have any helpers at the table, I like looking at everyone else's art and merch. I think it's really inspiring to walk around Artist Alley.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. I've been to a few conventions. I definitely feel the same. So just I know a couple as a pedestrian, not pedestrian. What's it called? I don't know. Just as a goer, as an attendee. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, um, so now I think that's all the questions we have for that as of now. If we want to move to selling art online, I think that's another few slides down, but we have some questions about that since you also do that as well.
All right. So, it's Abby again. We're alternating back and forth. So, for selling art online, what website do you usually sell your art through?
At the moment, the only third-party service that I use is called Imprint. They are really great as an artist living far away from pretty much anywhere because shipping internationally from my own country gets really expensive. I think these guys are based in the US.
I see.
It's not super reliable as an income source, but it's like a great extra, like passive income because all you have to do is upload your work and they handle everything. They have good customer service and the split is 50%.
I see.
Mm.
Um,
For for when I do my own shop though, I'll be using Shopify. But I haven't had much
okay.
experience with it yet. So
Very cool. So what is the process of registering with the website?
with Imprint, they have a invite system or they have a voting system on the website. So you can submit some artwork and then people just vote on it.
Oh.
I think it's for
Okay.
like quality control and so the website doesn't get flooded.
Oh, okay. So, like the people who view your pieces vote, or how does that kind of work?
I think it's other artists on the platform. If you feel like voting, you
Oh,
can go through it. But I'm not sure
okay,
if
that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. And so besides Imprint and Shopify, what are some other websites that you've kind of heard of or recommend?
I've seen people use things like Redbubble before, but I'm not sure about the quality. I've ordered something from Society 6 before and it came pretty quickly and I think the quality was okay. But yeah, I haven't had a lot of personal experience with these before.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer
Also,
to kind of have more control over the quality.
okay, gotcha. And we'll also have some time for questions during your demo, and we'll have people from our own audience ask some, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then lastly, do they print and send the art for you, or do you have to send the prints yourself?
Yeah, so Imprint handles everything, manufacturing, packaging, shipping, customer service. I've had a pretty good experience with them so far. I haven't had any issues. Sometimes people will message me and then I just direct them to the Imprint customer service and yeah, they seem pretty happy after that.
Okay.
They also allow me to sell canvas, metal, and acrylic prints, which I don't offer anywhere else due to logistics. Like, it would be quite hard to stock them myself.
Okay, gotcha. Very interesting. So, we're kind of done with going over selling art online, and now we're gonna go over kind of like how you do your commissions and everything. So, AJ, if you wanna take over.
Hi guys, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, I think hold on, commissions, yes. 2 slides down, I think. But I wanted to ask like what kind of commissions you do and like yeah, like if you do like sketches or full pieces, half body or full body and like stuff like that.
I used to offer headshots, like portraits, half bodies, full bodies, and full illustrations. So including background and it's more rendered. These days I mostly only accept corporate work, which is mostly in the full illustration category. A lot of the work offers I receive is promotional art for games.
Oh, that's super cool. Can I ask what games or is that
Yeah,
not allowed to?
I've done some for like Onmyoji and Azur Lane.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
Oh,
That's really
and
cool.
Wild Rift.
Oh, nice. Oh, I heard a gasp.
Somebody
from the
gasped.
crowd. That's super cool. Oh my gosh. And also like, how do you determine the prices for the art you make, especially when you're doing like so many different kinds of commissions?
So in the beginning, it was a bit of a trial and error to find a balance between demand and how much I could handle because obviously if you price really low, there are more people who can afford it. I always priced it above, like this is in the very beginning. I always priced it above minimum wage as soon as I started to take art more seriously because I felt it's detrimental long term to prioritize commissions over improving early on. And then after that, I kept increasing my prices as my technique and demand grew. Nowadays, I consider most of all how much I want to accept the commission, which is usually dependent on the IP or subject matter involved, and my availability. And then I like to focus on my personal work and projects more than commission work for companies, so I always try to leave enough time in my schedule for that. It's taken a lot of work to learn to say no to work, but fortunately I've gotten to a point where my passive or semi-passive income streams covers my essentials, so I have a lot of freedom to be selective.
Wow, that's super cool. Thank you for sharing that. It's very insightful. And I think just one more question on this, but I wanted to ask like what your experience like with doing commissions has been like. So like, are they like mostly positive? Have there been like any interesting experiences that have stuck out to you, like good or bad?
It's mostly been positive. My personal commission clients have nearly all been a pleasure to work for. There was only this one time, this wasn't a personal commission. It was like a really strange lady that went around scamming many artists to improve her SEO for her marketplace website. Yeah, it was super weird because at the time I never thought someone would go through so much effort to scam artists into drawing for her. And it wasn't like, it seemed really legit because she had multiple websites set up, articles, and email accounts. Like she would swap you from one email to another, and then even had a contract for you to sign. And honestly, the contract looks more professional than actual contracts I've gotten. Just to pretend to be a famous brand, and then reach out to artists for like really short deadline work with high budget. So obviously a lot of people probably just got excited and accepted. It seemed really legitimate because she was asking you to draw like a model, and then the model had like an article with multiple photos from the photo shoot. And then yeah, in the end, it seemed the only legitimate reason I could find that she would do this, because after you submit the artwork, there was just no more contact. Like they wouldn't pay or anything.
God.
My friend tracked her down to like a personal website, and the personal website led to her marketplace. And so the only conclusion we came to is that she did all this to increase traffic to her marketplace. It was super weird. So after that, yeah. After that, I asked for pay ahead of time. So 50% upfront. Or just in full. Usually, previously with corporate clients, I would just follow their structure and sign a contract. But now if it's like a new client I've never worked before and I don't know who I'm talking to, I usually negotiate for 50% ahead of time.
Nice. That's really good. That's like amazing that she put in so much effort and dedication. So stay safe out there, y'all.
Yeah, this was definitely like a very rare incident. I've never really heard of anyone else doing it before. I don't think it's something you have to like constantly watch out for, but you know, good to keep in mind that there are strange people out there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, that's it makes good for a good interesting story to tell a speaker. So that's good.
There you go.
She also she commissioned like a lot of corporate, like not corporate, sorry, industry artists first, so you could see like the work that these industry artists did for her, and then that made it seem even more legitimate, right?
Yeah.
Until it started falling apart because no one was getting paid.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I think we're going to move on to the next slide, I believe, which is advice in marketing. And I'm going to turn it back over to Abby.
Okay, so for other artists who kind of want to pursue digital illustration, improve their art, and sell at conventions or anything else, do you have any advice for them?
So with any skill, I think that persistence is key. And luckily with art, the results of your effort are very tangible. Art is very subjective, so in my opinion, it's as much about skill as it is about creativity and self-expression. Finding your own unique voice and sharing that with the world.
Yeah, that's really good advice. And then just a little better look at your life. How do you kind of manage your day-to-day schedule?
I'm pretty much always drawing or working on my own projects because I really enjoy it. So yeah, most of the time if I'm not going out or traveling for conventions or just traveling, I'm sitting in front of my computer and drawing or doing some kind of work. The nice perks of being a freelancer that I really like is having complete freedom over your own schedule and being able to stay at home a lot. So I just roll out of bed and roll onto my computer chair.
Right. If you don't mind sharing, just out of my own curiosity, are you working on any projects right now that you'd be willing to share?
I think the main thing that I'm getting out right now is my art book. So that's going to be released in, I think, like late February. Yeah. At the moment, I'm just waiting for the books and the packaging to be delivered.
Wow, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think you guys should too.
No, thank you.
Okay, and then question about your marketing, but how do you usually market yourself and your work?
So actually, after I hit 100,000 followers, I was getting enough exposure to have like a constant stream of work kind of enter my inbox. So after that, I didn't really have to try as hard, and it felt like I reached a point that I was happy with. I think before that, I grinded a lot more, like being super active on social media and drawing trends in popular subject media, and just posting frequently in general. I think these three things are the biggest factors when it comes to playing the algorithms to your favor. I don't necessarily recommend prioritizing these because it can be really easy to burn out unless, like, you know, on the Venn diagram, like things that fit in this category also fit with what you personally enjoy. And for me, it did. So a lot of the trends that I did draw, it was for things that I also really liked. So it just worked out.
I see. Awesome. Thank you for sharing your tips, even as like a newer artist as well. So now we're gonna talk about a little bit with your streaming on Twitch and kind of like your YouTube. So
Yeah, so let's see, the first question is like, how often do you stream, and like typically for how long do you stream?
I feel like my chat's gonna roast me because I haven't streamed in so long. But when I did stream often, I would stream between maybe like 5 to 16 hours was my maximum. I don't know why I streamed that long. But yeah, I think on average, maybe like 8, 9 hours.
Nice. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I feel like having
It's really cool
people.
that-
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I feel like having people there, like watching you, like, or just being around while you're drawing makes you more focused.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's really cool. To be able to like work alongside people and stuff. And what do you typically like work on during your streams? Like, any specific art pieces, or do you ever have like interesting conversations with people in the chat?
Yeah, my chat is actually a lot of lurkers, but sometimes people come and talk with me, and it's pretty nice company. I mostly draw personal work and fan art on stream because a lot of commission work is NDA, so obviously can't share that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's really cool. And then just one or two questions about YouTube. What like types of content do you typically upload on your YouTube?
Well, my YouTube is like almost like an archive for Twitch. I mostly just export like my streams over. I think I made a few speed paints in the past. And then there were just some things like that VTubers do that I uploaded for fun.
Nice. Cool. We'll be recording and uploading this stream on our YouTube too, so feel free to check it out after. Okay, so now we're gonna move on from Twitch and YouTube to more of like your art process and demo. So, do you kind of want to speak about your general art flow and process? Like, do you usually start with a sketch and then color and render, or do you kind of just go for it?
I often change my process because I don't know, I get really bored easily and I always want to try new things. And so sometimes my art ends up looking very different because I change up the technique. But I'd say in general, I usually have a sketch and then I put base colors under it and then I just render on top. Skip the line art phase.
Gotcha.
Other times, I've also just started with color and like shapes, and then just build it up like a painting.
Nice. So if you kind of want to, I think the lag is a lot better now. Kind of share your screen for a little bit of a demo, and maybe if you can show like your VTuber a bit more to us.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good. Okay. Second.
So I brought up like a artwork that I worked on a long time ago. I have yeah, this is Shinha from Genshin Impact, if you didn't know. I have all the layers here, so I was thinking of just going through them and talking about it.
Yeah, of course.
This is what I started out with. I used like big brush strokes to lay out the general composition and pose. This is a pretty basic pose, but I wanted something character focused. And after doing that, obviously it's very rushed. She has like 3 gens going on over here. I started to, oh, this is the background. Oops. I applied some shading like some really
Wow.
strong lighting. This is just one layer and it's like a multiply layer. First I did it with like a flat color and then I lock the opacity and I used an airbrush to put some warmer colors like where the light is, which gives it like a more transparent look.
Wow.
And then I add some more lighting on top, so it's a bit dark. This is a soft light layer, and then at this stage, this is where I just start painting over it. I usually start with the face because I like looking at a pretty face while I draw.
Oh, it looks
Wow.
so
Makes me feel better.
good.
And then after that, I just keep adding on top of it. I think here I add some more lighting adjustments, like to make her fit into the atmosphere, like the blue sky. I tint the bottom a bit more blue, and I think I reduce the contrast a little bit. After that is just a lot more cleaning up, like going in there, getting all the details correct. I think I just use the G-Pen, which is like a really
wow.
basic paintbrush. And
Yeah. I think somebody was also asking in our server, but are there any kind of clip studio assets that you would recommend?
I like to recommend this brush pack by Cloysius. Yeah, it's free on Gumroad. You just search like Cloysius, Kloysius. They have a really nice painting set of brushes. I don't use them in like every piece, but I quite like the effect.
Cool. And then feel free to interrupt if you're explaining your demo, but I'm just gonna go through a couple questions. But what kind of inspires your work?
So a long time ago, I started off being inspired by artists on DeviantArt. I think that was my first exposure of like full-time artists doing their thing, releasing artwork into the world. And I guess that's more Western for sure. Afterwards, I discovered Pixiv, and obviously that's more Japanese. And I think my art went more anime. Because when I was on DeviantArt, actually at first I would only draw wolves, and then yeah, I don't know why. I just had like a big obsession with wolves growing up. I moved on to League of Legends, so I had a way more like Western painting style, which then changed to anime because I always read a lot of manga, but I started watching anime afterwards, and finally now I I discovered Weibo, and I've been following a lot of Chinese artists, and I think I really like the Chinese artists like styles. I feel like each country kind of has their own aesthetics. It's really interesting to see. You can see a big difference between the aesthetics of like Japanese artists and Korean artists and Chinese artists.
Cool. Do you have certain artists who are your biggest inspirations? And this question is from Johnny.
Oh, it's definitely changed over time, but for quite a while, my favorite artists were Krins Kushart, and ASK, Aska Zia.
Cool.
Now I think I've like broadened out a bit and just get inspired by a lot more different artists. But for a long time, those two were my favorite.
Cool. And from Megan, do the companies that you were speaking about for your commissions kind of reach out to you, or do you sometimes have to look for commissions yourself?
They've always reached out to me, so they just send me an email generally, or sometimes I've been contacted on Twitter, Instagram, but mostly email.
Cool. And then another question for Megan. How often do you find yourself drawing things that you don't enjoy, and how do you push through that?
I actually try to always put myself in a position where I'm drawing things I do enjoy nowadays. I think as soon as I could, I started doing that. Like maybe the first time I opened commissions, I didn't think about that as much, and I kind of realized I didn't enjoy it and I didn't find it helpful to me long term. Like it didn't let me improve as much as I want, and it's just different, like drawing for someone else compared to just drawing what you want to draw. Like the latter comes more naturally. But I guess when you're tired of drawing and you do need to push through it, like you find yourself in that situation, I think it's good to actually take lots of breaks. Like make sure you're not too stressed. If you're super stressed, I think it just makes it worse. Yeah,
that makes sense.
but don't get like distracted. So I'm not saying like go and play games for 8 hours instead of drawing. But if you're getting too stressed, it's good to like take a few minutes and sit back and like refresh your mind, and then try to get back into it. But generally just try not to put yourself in situations that would lead to that point in the first place. I think that's best.
I see.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any like specific things you do to like kind of like relax, like when you do need to like take a step away? Like do you like go cook or like take a walk or something like that?
Lately I've been just living like a more balanced lifestyle. I've been exercising, so I go to the gym like 2 to 4 times a week. I think that really helps like keeping healthy and making yourself feel better. And since it's like a routine for me, it kind of breaks up my day a little bit so that I'm not just working like 10 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely a lot of work to balance with as like a freelance artist.
Yeah. And I guess also I just really like drawing. It's like my hobby and my work, so I think if it's left uncontrolled, I just keep sitting there and draw.
I see. Cool. Kind of an unrelated question from our audience here, but Megan asks, do you play League? If you do, who do you play?
Yeah, recently I've been playing League more, mostly because my boyfriend likes playing League. Yeah, he got me into it. I played a really long time ago though, when the game first came out. So maybe from like season 1 to 5, I played more. Then I had a long break.
Do you have any other like favorite games that you're playing or have played in the past?
Oh, my favorites are Okami and Nier Automata. Yeah, I really like pretty games and stories.
Yeah.
Recently I've been playing Tactics Ogre. I bought the art book for it a while ago, and I've been meaning to pick it up. It's because the artwork is by Akihiko Yoshida, who also does like concept art for Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I just really like his artwork. So I've been playing that. It was made in like 1990s. It's kind of funny because everyone on Twitter is playing Fire Emblem Engaged. Then there's me.
Oh my god. Cool. All right, so going back to art stuff. Ava asks, do you like VTubing as an artist, and what kind of inspired your model?
Yeah, I really do like VTubing. I used to stream with camera sometimes, but I found that I would be a little conscious of how I looked while drawing. It wasn't too bad, but it was definitely a lot more prevalent, like that feeling, than when I have a VTuber. And I also found myself way more tired after like having a camera stream compared to a VTuber. I think because when I streamed with a camera, I would like get ready. I would like, you know, dress properly and wear makeup and try to look nice. Whereas with a VTuber, I can look as look like I just came out of the bed and you guys wouldn't know. As for
nobody would know.
As for what inspired it, I've had this character for a while. I think originally, like, the origin story is that I really liked Ari from League of Legends. I would draw her a lot. I liked her ears. And then I was like, I want my own character for people to draw. And I like ears, so I just put on ears. And I came up with a character design because at the time, I really liked doing art traits, but I didn't have any OCs. So I made an OC so I could do art traits.
Oh, that's so nice. Cool. Do you kind of have expressions, or could you show us your full model?
Oh, yeah. I think I do have expressions. I don't know if the hotkeys are linked up to it anymore. Let me try to press some. Oh, this is still here.
Oh, that's so cool.
This one's like a happy one.
Oh, do the arms kind of just move with it? Is it just linked to your face?
Yeah, it's all linked to face. I think
I
think it's linked to this one's the Y motion of the head. And then it
so
also moves a little. Everything's linked to the face.
How long did this model take for you to make? Did you also rig it by yourself?
No, this one I commissioned Brian. Oh, sorry. This one I commissioned Brian from Iron Vertex. As for drawing it, it took quite a while because it was my first time drawing a VTuber, and then you have to cut up all the pieces and draw behind it, and that takes ages.
Yeah.
Especially the hair. The hair is like so many separate pieces.
Right.
It's so pretty.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
Oh, I can also do this. Like a puppy dog.
Oh my gosh!
Really cute.
That's so cute.
Do you have any other VTuber models too?
Yeah, I do actually. Give me 1 second. I gotta hide it for a second while I change.
Costume change.
Yeah. Insert shampoo.
Yeah.
I think I don't have this one set up properly, but I'll show you guys anyway.
Awesome.
This is like an alternate costume.
Oh, wow.
But
Wow.
the parameters aren't set up properly, so you can see the mouth and eyes aren't moving as well as the first one. And the tail is in the default position for some reason.
Wow.
Usually it sways like side to side, but I don't have the proper files on this laptop. I need to go download.
Is this another one of your OCs?
Oh, this is the same OC, but like a different theme.
Oh, cool. It's very, very pretty. Cool. So, all right. So, kind of going back to just a few
Oh
more
wait,
questions.
I found it. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Here,
Go
you can see
ahead.
you can see the tail now.
Oh.
It's so cute.
It's so pretty. And which program are you using for
Using
the VTuber?
VTube Studio.
Okay. Cool.
I also made this one at some point. But I don't think I finished it.
Oh my gosh, it moves so. Wow.
Wow.
Really cute. What's the inspiration for this one?
This one I wanted to try and make like a cute animal. I was trying to learn Live 2D at the time, so it was good practice.
Very cute.
I think I have one more, actually.
Wow.
This one I rigged myself.
Wow.
But I don't.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's so cool.
Good.
But I don't like how the design came out too much, so I never used it much.
Oh.
It's good practice though.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is the same character?
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
How long did it take for you to rig this one?
Oh, it takes really long, like 40 hours.
Wow.
Wow. That's dedication.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Welcome back. Original model. Oh, it's only top. Okay, cool. So if you don't mind, we're gonna ask just a few more questions. And that'll pretty much wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, do you use references, and if so, where do you usually find them?
Yeah, I use a lot of references for redrawing. Like imagine a whole mood board for each artwork. I find them on a lot of them on Pinterest, sometimes Google, and in general, I just collect references all the time, or like references or inspiration. If I see any cool photos or artwork on Twitter, I use this program called Eagle, and then I just drag and drop it into it, and it's like a image library essentially, and it's really good for organizing references. Yeah, so I just always collecting, always on the lookout. Sometimes I also take photos. So I take a lot of photos every time I travel, and they they're really good too.
Oh my gosh, that's super cool. Kind of going along with that, we have a question from one of our members, Sippy 101. What is the best advice you have for learning like how to use like color? Are there any internet or book resources you recommend for color theory and stuff, or like how did you kind of learn it?
Um, there's this one artist on YouTube who is quite good at explaining theory. He's called Mako Bucci. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's Marco, then Bucci. He has like a 10 minutes to better painting series that I always recommend people. I think when I started out, it really helped.
Wow.
Besides that, I think it's a lot of trial and error. Something I personally used to do is if there's some artwork that I really like the colors on and I don't understand how they got to it, I would actually copy paste the artwork into an art program. And then I would get the eyedropper and just hold it all over the image. And I would look at the color wheel and I would take a note of, like, for example, I'll do it on this Shinhe piece. I would take a note of where the colors would be for like the light sections. So for my light sections, they're like all in this corner. And then for the darker parts, they're all in the bottom middle. So then, yeah, I would think about that and try it out in my own work, pretty much.
Thank you. That's super cool. Very good tip. And kind of going along with like making pieces and stuff, how long does it typically take for you to like finish a full piece?
It depends how complex it is. I would say on average 10 to 30 hours.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
That's super.
But one of my longest pieces is my Edelgard piece. It took like 60 hours. And then
Oh wow.
I'd say one of my shortest pieces that is like a finished illustration would be the War Devil. It took 3 hours.
Oh, I see. That's super cool. That's awesome. Kind of going along with that, since you this is a question from one of our team member or one of our members of the club. Since you mentioned that you stream 8 to 9 hours, how do you keep yourself entertained for the whole stream? And how do you keep your chat
My cat.
how do you keep your chat engaged? Yeah, I guess like how do you keep your chat engaged during
I think I used to be quite worried about making my stream entertaining because a lot of mainstream streamers or just, you know, how other people go about it, they're very like energetic and like shouting, yelling kind of thing, or like always making jokes. But I realized that the people who join my stream, they kind of like the atmosphere that I naturally give off, which is more relaxed and calm. Actually, a bunch of people, they always tell me that they like to put my stream on to go to sleep. So yeah, I think I just talk to them naturally. I try to just be myself, and
Yeah.
if anyone wants to talk, I'll talk with them, or if I feel like talking, I'll chat. If I don't feel like talking, people can just listen to the BGM and watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. I love the vibes. Speaking of my mispronunciation of the word chat, do you have any pets?
I have a cat.
Do you have any
I
cat?
have
Oh,
one cat. Yes, he's black.
oh, what's his name?
March.
March. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. What's like your favorite animal?
Oh, that's hard. Maybe lately I like cats.
Nice, good
Yeah.
choice.
In the
So
past,
true.
it would have been wolves.
Wolves. Oh yeah. Very nice. Oh yes. So another question from one of our members, Johnny, is what was your most enjoyable piece to work on, if you have one, and why?
That's hard. Let me think. Maybe it's most enjoyable when it just comes out really smoothly. Like sometimes it takes a really long time to get to the end result to look good, but other times it'll just like beginning to end, like no stress. Like I liked it from the beginning, like it to the end. I don't know if there's any pieces like that though.
It's okay. It happens.
Just every now and then it comes out.
Yeah. It's really cool. Thank you. Let's see. I'm just looking for any other questions. I'll hand it over to Abby.
Yeah, so did you have any other tips that you kind of wanted to go over with your demo here?
I think the last layers that I hadn't shown yet are just some like small adjustments to make the colors more effective.
Cool.
And like some last fixes. It's like an adjustment layer. I use a lot of adjustment layers. Like you go to layer, and then in Clip Studio they called correction layers. It's like tone curve, level correction, color balance, etc. But it's set on a layer instead of like just editing one layer. So because they're also under edit and tonal correction, but if you do it there, you're only adjusting the colors for one layer. Whereas if you make a correction layer, it applies the effect to everything underneath it. So yeah, these are useful to have.
Very cool. Yeah, so do you typically work on multiple pieces at the same time or one at a time?
I like to get through artwork one at a time, but sometimes there will be deadlines for like especially commercial work. They usually like to split it up into sections, so they'll ask for like some sketches first, and then they'll make revisions for the sketches. So they want you to submit the sketch first. In those cases, I have to take a break after giving in the sketch. But if it were up to me, I just like finishing an artwork from start to end before going on to the next thing.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. So I think that kind of wraps up the questions. Does anybody in our audience here have any questions? Oh, okay, we have a question over here.
I had more of an answer.
Oh, an answer? Okay. You wanna speak? Somebody's coming up.
Like
Yeah.
this? Yeah. Yeah. I just had an answer about Pinterest, is that from my personal experience, you can choose the profit margin, but if you want the price to be really low, you'll be getting like cents. So it's good for choosing like the profit margin, and there's a variety of objects you can get your art on, but as for profit, from my personal experience, if you want the objects to not cost that much, you will not be getting much.
Interesting.
Wait,
Very
for imprint?
For Pinterest, not Pinterest.
Pinterest?
For Redbubble, that's what I meant.
Oh, Redbubble. Okay.
I goofed.
It's okay.
Yeah, Redbubble.
Redbubble. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
That was from Min. Okay, so if you don't mind, we just have a few more slides after.
Yeah, just one last.
Yeah.
little-
If you don't mind pulling those back up.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's a slide right under the art process and demo one. I think that was the last one.
Yeah.
We were looking at.
The upcoming events, is it?
We
Oh
added
wait, you might need
another
to.
one, a little
Might need
surprise.
to. Might need to refresh it.
Oh,
Close
Oh.
up and go back in. We put a little surprise in there.
wait, go back, or
Yes. Go back.
Yeah, go back.
it's
there.
it's any question?
Oh.
No. Refresh it.
Oh, refresh. Okay. One
Yeah,
second.
sorry. Here's some upcoming events for our club.
Oh, this is so cute.
Oh, yay! You guys will see in
Yeah.
a second. But this was done by Bella, our marketing manager, as a little thank you for coming to our little speaker event.
Oh, thank
thanks
you
for
so
coming
much,
up.
Bella. It's so cute. I love it.
Yes, your character and our little mascot right there. Floating in the air next to you. Yeah, so I think that kind of wraps up our speaker event with you. It was really lovely having you, and we were gonna go over upcoming events for our club. I don't really want to bombard your Twitch audience with our club events, but to your Twitch audience, for those of you who don't know, we are working with Yueko here. We're Digipaint, which is a club at the University of Michigan. So if you guys are in Michigan, and you're interested, free to hop by.
I think it's really cool that you guys have a digital art club, because one thing about being in New Zealand is that there are not many digital artists around, or just artists in general. I think growing up, I was like the art kid, you know what I mean? That
Right,
one person who
yeah.
draws.
We all get it.
Then yeah, so most of my like art friends came from online, I'd say.
Mhm.
So it's super cool that you guys created a community.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you ever come to Michigan, we welcome you with open arms. So
Don't know why you would come here, but you
yeah,
definitely should.
there's not much
We're here.
to do, but
I'll keep it in mind. Hit you guys up for sure.
yeah, of course. So thank you so much again. I wish we had prepared a little bit more for you, but can everybody kind of give a little round of applause for you? I hope you could hear that. And
Yeah, I could hear
we
it.
will
Thank
send
you
a photo
guys.
later on of our audience here, because I know you can't see us, but we're all really.
Oh, it's probably for the better. I probably get nervous actually seeing my viewers.
We get what?
Nervous?
Oh,
Yeah,
no worries.
the nice part about
behind the
streaming is you just see words and names.
Uh, don't worry, we don't mind. Yeah. All right. So, Yeah, if anybody has any questions for you, is there a way for them to contact you?
I guess if it's something really like more formal that they want me to definitely see, they can email me. Otherwise, I do check my Instagram and Twitter messages. But Instagram is
Cool.
a bit unreliable, I'd say.
Right. What is your email so that you
It's
can share it with them?
yueko.art@gmail.com.
Awesome. All right. Kind of wraps it up.
Thank you so much for having
But
me.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much again for coming here to speak with us, and
Thank you.
it really means a lot to all of us. So thank you from the Digipaint admin community and also our members here.
No, I just
Thank you so much.
thank you. Hopefully it was
I hope
helpful.
It was super helpful. Do you guys think it was
Definitely.
helpful? Yeah.
Can you guys say it louder?
Uh,
There you go.
glad to hear it.
We hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thumbs up emoji.
Mhm.
And we'll also let you know when we have that video uploaded and keep us updated. So yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Have a good night, and we'll kind of click out of our stream here now.
Okay, you guys too. I'll see you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Oh. Stream finish. Maybe I'll stay around and chat with you guys since this has been a while, and I think I still have some time. I'll hop on over to. And my internet is green. Oh my goodness, the bitrate is green. What a miracle. It was so red. It was so red at the beginning of the stream. Let me just hop on over to the just chatting. Hello. I'll bring up the music a little bit. Can you guys hear my BGM? It's the classic. The classic someday. What is your opinion on how Clip Studio is attempting to switch to a subscription model? I probably have like an unpopular opinion on it. Seems to be the trend lately. I think it's like the specific model that they have suggested is not bad. They are making it. Well, I don't know if they changed it. I think they might have changed it a little since people were so unhappy. But the last I read about it, they were going to let you buy the full versions. So version 1, 2, 3, etc. for like a one-off price. And so if you buy version 1 for the one-off price, you keep it forever. You don't have to pay the subscription. You only pay the subscription if you want to keep updated with each like slight update that they have between the versions. And honestly, I feel like Clip Studio as it is it like version 1 or something? It's like a full program. It already has everything I need and more. I'm not sure what else they plan to add to it, but yeah, I think it's fine. They've been They've been making all these free upgrades for so many years, having like an affordable price for everyone. I think it's fine for them to introduce this subscription model, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. The base is already really good. If they need more money for development, I think that's fair enough. They also always run like so many contests and like things for the community. I miss Cat too. Is it Jimiao or Gamiao? He needs to make a poll. How do you pronounce it? Jimiao, Gamiao. To be honest, subscription model isn't too bad. If you need to use it, you'll probably pay for it. Yeah, I think so too. For the most part, I do find that, like, just from knowing some artists in those countries, like, the conversion rate can be pretty rough for people outside the US to afford like subscription models, and I think that's pretty understandable. But in the case of Clip Studio, like, there's nothing wrong with just buying the base model and just using that. Hey Joel, good to see you again too. Yeah, it's been a long time. Thank you to Digipaint for bringing me out of my little hole to see the sunlight. Is this the last stream of the year? Oh, surely not, right? It's only January. The only time subscription model doesn't work is when the developers start taking away features and updates that you don't want to happen. Yeah, like Adobe. I don't know what Adobe is up to, but I remember every update with Photoshop, like every other update, I don't know, something would break. Why are things breaking? Or they just change random things that no one wanted to change, like just for the sake of having something new for the each year model. I did not like the Adobe Photoshop updates. Nope. Lampy in Paris is super good. Argument. Oh, can't believe you guys had Lampy in Paris. I need to try. Will your art book be available for international shipping? Yes, it will. So what I did for this art book release is I sent a bunch of art books to my friend who's helping me fulfill from the US. She's gonna handle the worldwide orders, and I have some books sent to my house in New Zealand, and I'm gonna fulfill Australia and New Zealand because we always get the short end of the stick when it comes to shipping. So I wanted to help alleviate the cost of shipping for us by having some that I send out myself. However, to keep it fair, I won't be signing any of these books except maybe some friends if they really want me to sign it. But yeah, it seems kind of like, one, difficult to organize, and two, like a little bit unfair if I only sign for Australia and New Zealand and not everyone else. So now no one gets signatures. I don't know if that's the best solution, but it's what I'm going with. However, if you guys ever catch me at a convention, you can bring the book and I will sign it for free. How much is the book? I need to make some final calculations, but I think probably like in the area of $80, 80 USD. But yeah, somewhere around there. I still need to just make some more calculations. But that was what I had in mind. Where can we find your art books? And oh yeah, so you can find them on my shop, which is not up yet. But well, actually it is up, but it's like privated. Let me see if you guys can even access it. I think I managed to set up the URL. Okay, just in case like somehow you guys know the password for it, I'm not gonna share the link. I mean, you could probably guess what the URL is since I just told you I made it. But yeah, I don't think there's anything on there anyway. I will share the shop URL when it's ready. Sometime in February. I need to like make some graphics. I am behind. I need to make some graphics for the release to advertise it. Oh, I can show you the packaging that I've been working on for it. How do I bring it up? I'll just bring it up in Clip Studio, I guess. Oh, the tissue paper. I'm actually not using this tissue paper, so I decided to do something else for the packaging. But I can include some tissue paper if you want. Just for you, Snowball. Let me hop it back over. Yeah, so it's just a cardboard box, but has a print on it, and it will fit it quite snugly if I have a picture of the inside. Oh, unfortunately I couldn't get exactly this box for the worldwide orders because getting it manufactured in the US is so expensive. Like, I thought it'd cost more in New Zealand, but US is like way more expensive. What's going on? These boxes cost me maybe like $1, $2 something per box in New Zealand. I think it's like $2 something. But in the US, when I looked for a quote, it costs like 4 to 6 USD. What's going on? So expensive. Yeah, per box, obviously, which multiplies by like thousands. So for the US, I'm looking to get book mailers instead. It'll also have the printed art, but it'll just be like a slightly different design to this. Yeah, glad you guys like it. Little sneak peek of what's to come. Missed your streaming. Got any convention plans this year? I am planning on going to Overload in Auckland. That's in April. And I might be going to Dojima in May. I have a table there for sure, but whether I'm going in person is still not entirely confirmed, but I'm thinking about it. Then Anime Expo is confirmed. I will see you guys in LA again. I'll probably try attend Anime NYC in person again. And yeah, I want to go to AFA this year, which is the week after Anime NYC. I won't be doing Armageddon Expo in Auckland this year, so I'll just be at Overload. I think it conflicted with something. Remember to bring Yueko book for AX. If I have leftovers, that's where they'll be. Or if I somehow miraculously sell out, then I would try to order some more for AX. Yes. Hope the box won't be too mangled during shipping. Me too. I think I'm gonna put the box in a mailer, so it's not just the box. Is the art book soft or hardcover? It's a hardcover A4 with a dust jacket. Yes, I went all out. Which is why it's a little more expensive for an art book. It's been the journey to get it done. Taken a long time, and then freight and like delivery add extra time. A lot of back and forth. I ended up choosing to have varnish on the paper to help make it more fingerprint proof. So originally it was just printed on, but then I found that with the darker borders in the pages, like if you have oily fingers or you just ate some KFC, it shows and stays there forever. So luckily my printer was really nice and helped me find some options to fix that. It wouldn't have been a problem if I didn't have so many dark pages, but this book has a decent amount of dark pages. I think I learned a lot in getting my own book done, that next time it should be smoother. I think oh gosh, I think if I make another art book, I would want to make it themed and like purposefully draw each page together, as opposed to this one, which is more like a entire collection. Speaking of selling out, could we pre-order at some point? Maybe if the current orders go well. So the reason I didn't pre-order is because I'm scared of being responsible for large amounts of other people's money. that never goes well. So I just wanna have what I'm selling and sell it. You know what I mean? I've never done pre-orders before, and I've always heard stories about how people don't read. Like, even if you try to put pre-order everywhere, it's like they don't know what pre-order is. It's not an English word. It's just hidden from their eyes as they order, and then 2 days later they're like, hey, where's my order? Where is it? Yeah, I'm just being safe. Being on the safe side for my first art book release. Logistically, it's a pain. Yeah, like if anything comes up, like every delay, I have to be like, oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. I have your money, but it's gonna be delayed for I don't even know how long. I just didn't want to potentially run into those problems. All they see is the checkout button, yes. Also, I think I'm like a little bit traumatized from this time. I was in high school and my mom put me in charge of selling something online, and I didn't really understand that after they buy it, you're supposed to ship it immediately. And so I procrastinated for like a few days. And then while I'm at school, I'm like in high school, it's like lunchtime. You can hear people running around and talking and shit. And then this buyer, they call me and they're so mad. They're like, as far as I'm concerned, you scammed me. And I'm like, oh, I can give you your money back, ma'am. And she's like, no, I want my item. That was so stressful. I'd like never sold anything online before. That's why I like rushed home and got it together, delivered it out. Who would have thought you're supposed to send out things when people buy it? Next time there's gonna be more art books. Yeah, I want to make more, but it would probably be like a thinner, smaller art book. Yeah, like oh, I kind of want to make one and try to sell at Comiket. I've never been to Comiket. Maybe I should visit first, but I kind of want to sell there just for fun. I don't know if I would do well because I don't have like a big following on Pixiv, but I think I do have a decent amount of Japanese followers on Twitter, so it might be okay. But mostly just for the experience of it, and to run around and pick up everyone else's books. Apparently it's super different to like Western conventions. I feel like at Western conventions, people like to come up and talk to you a little bit, like say hello before dropping off the money. But at Comiket, what my friends told me is people just line up. You stand in a line, it's super organized, and you walk up, you drop your money in. It's like either a bag or a box or something, and you grab the book and leave. And everyone does that. No talking. And for like the super popular artists, they told me that they'll have like multiple people holding bags for the people in the lines to drop money in. Imagine that, just lines of people waiting to drop money in the bag and grab their goods and run off. But yeah, I'm so interested in how they organize the convention. If the chance ever comes, would you make a figure of Chai? Yeah, I'd love to. I think that would be super cute. My mom really wants me to make an anime figure. For some reason. She always suggests, like, talk to me about it. I don't know why. Why does she want me to make an anime figure? A 1/1 size? Oh my goodness. A big ass statue. Just for Snova. I swear Sui Ishida used to follow on Twitter. Oh yeah, he did! Oh my god! But I guess I got killed. I didn't know until you just told me. But doesn't follow me anymore. Farewell. I will still follow him though. And treasure the time that he followed me. Maybe I started liking too many of his really random tweets. He has like one follower that posts like really strange photos every day, and it seemed to be like saying hello to him every day. I don't know, it was a strange account, but I would always like his pictures. Hi Skooma. Yeah, I've been good lately. I've still just been at home drawing, working on getting the art book out, working on some other projects. Have you watched Bocce the Rock? I haven't. From the last season, I've only watched Chainsaw Man, which I've already read. I really need to catch up though. There's a few things that I want to watch, like Mob Psycho season 3 and what's it called? It's like these people that go in a tunnel in the ground. It's like a big ass tunnel stretching forever. Made in Abyss. Yeah, I think like a new season for that came out and I never watched it. I've read it though. I feel like I've read everything, but yeah. Lot of catching up to do. Anything in mind to watch for later seasons? I haven't been following, so I'm not sure what's coming out. What have I been doing lately? I've been binging a lot of Netflix shows. Yeah. Binging Netflix shows while drawing. I like to play random shows in the background, which means sometimes I have to watch dubbed. I've been watching Money Heist dubbed. It's really good. I'm like shocked. I didn't like season 1 that much, I remember when I watched it at first, but damn, it's getting pretty damn good. Thoughts on the Nier Automata anime, if you've seen it? I actually haven't watched it yet. I heard it's not too great. Like compared to the game. You should watch Singles Inferno with Kat. I've been watching Singles Inferno actually. I've been watching season 1. It's pretty good. It's kind of funny to see the difference between shows like Asian dating shows like Singles Inferno compared with like Western one. Oh my god, what is that Western one that's like so... It's like couples on an island and they have to try and not bang each other, or they lose, or do they win? They lose money. Oh yes, if you bang, you lose money. And they couldn't keep their hands off each other. Yeah, too hot to handle. Oh my goodness. It's such a contrast to the Asian shows. I personally like Asian dating shows more. I feel like every little thing like makes you feel so much more, whereas American shows is just like just straight to the banging, you know? There's no build up, there's no suspense. Maybe, yeah. What did you think of Alchemy of Souls? Oh, I actually didn't like Alchemy of Souls that much. I watched up to the very end, except I didn't watch the ending because at that point I was like, this is more about the romance than it is about the premise. And I kind of wanted more of the premise than the romance. yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too into the romance. It felt kind of like done before, you know what I mean? Like they weren't doing anything too new, and then I got bored. Oh yeah, Alice in Borderland is really good. I remember watching it I mean not watching it, reading it a long time ago. It's come so far. I liked the guy who was playing Kuma, the naked guy. I wonder what it's like to play a character that's just naked the entire time. Oh, I know that one. It's shady. It's like I forgot. They just instantly get married or something. You just talk and you don't see each other, and then you get married and you go on your honeymoon. Yeah, Love is Blind. Wow, you guys really know your Netflix shows. The Last of Us. Oh, so I actually want to watch it, but HBO Max is not available in New Zealand. What's going on? Why is New Zealand banned? I guess I could use a VPN maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I swear I had HBO before. Like I was watching, what's that accountant show? The Good, like the Soul Man, Good Man, Soul Good Man. So Better Call Saul. Yeah. Isn't that on HBO? Or was it on something else? You know, NordVPN actually did some good advertising because that's the VPN I ended up getting. I guess it worked. Showing up in the beginning of every YouTube video. So I ended up going with them because my YouTubers told me to buy it. So I bought it. Oh, that's on Netflix? Really? Huh. Oh, it's bad? They leak data? What kind of data do they leak? Oh no. Wait, do I use them? I think I do. Maybe I should cancel and switch to a different one. You're telling me my YouTubers didn't research the brand that they're promoting? See you, Joe. They were good until a while ago. CL said hello. Hello, CL. I sent him a hi. Where is he sending these people from? Twitter? This cat is on a ski slope right this moment, and he is tweeting. Open VPN is decent. Okay, I'll look into these. And Mulvat. I've never heard of Mulvat. I got a Wi-Fi extender, but I think the Wi-Fi is bad on the extender. Oh, the struggle. Which Wi-Fi am I using right now? Let me see. I'm just using the 5G, but I'm downstairs, so I think the connection is not too great, especially if the weather is bad. But yeah, I can't get like wired connection because apparently the Ethernet cables in my house are so old that like the speed is capped by the wire, because the wires can't handle that much speed. My Wi-Fi password is the default. I never changed it from the original. Yeah, so I was wondering if it's like worthwhile. I feel like changing out the wiring would be so difficult. But maybe it's worth it for better internet. I had one come over and upgrade the wire. Really? Okay, maybe I'll try that. Are they underground? I think it's just looped throughout my house. But like in the walls. How do you even get there? One second. Okay, I will look into it then. Yeah, one of the reasons I haven't streamed as much is because I keep having really low bitrate, and it's just very sad to stream and everyone's like, you're lagging, I can't understand you. Oh no, the AX jury results came out today, so I'm just, oh, the entire Twitter is just so sad. So many people not getting in. Oh, a few people getting into. Phew. But I see so many rejection. This year, AX, instead of doing first come first serve, they decided to do a jury. I feel like no matter what system conventions go to, there will be very sad people. I don't know what's the best system, to be honest. I hate first come first serve though. Oh my god, it's so stressful. Anything about that. It used to be first come first serve, and then you have to like refresh and just pray. Does that mean people vote you in? So essentially they'll probably have a group of people internally that goes through all the applicants and pick who goes in. but they still had like some priority tables. So I got in through the priority tables. The priority being like people who already had a table last year, they will have the chance to apply for a table, first come first serve still, for a limited amount of tables this year. And luckily I managed to get one there, so I didn't have to go through the jury. Would you consider drawing a manga for Japanese international manga? I don't think I'm good enough at drawing. Like, I can do illustrations, but drawing for comics is quite different. Like, having a style that looks good for comics is very different to having a style that looks good for illustration. Some artists do manage to do both, but I think I'm not at a point where I can draw fast enough for comics. Although I would like to try someday. I've always loved storytelling, and when I was younger, I think that's something that motivated me to draw. I made a lot of wolf comics, and they would like have wars. I barely knew what war meant, but you know, the wolf packs were fighting the normal wolves against the shadow wolves. The artist alley at Anime North was a hellhole. I have heard some struggle with Anime North, so that's why I might try to attend Fan Expo in Toronto instead, because I really want to visit Toronto this year, but I think also the timing for Anime North doesn't work out for me because I'm going to Japan, I think, during that time. But yeah, I really want to visit Canada. Mostly Toronto, because I visited Vancouver, but I have a lot of friends in Toronto. I want to go see them. And also just see what it's like. Randall, thank you so much for 28 months. Which parts of Japan are you planning to visit? I'm visiting, it's the classics. Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. Naoshima Island. I know Japan has like some filled with artwork. Interesting. Haven't heard of it. I know Japan has like some animal islands, like one full of cats, one full of bunnies. Maybe I'll stream. Maybe this week I'll stream some, if I have time, some Tactics Ogre. You guys can see what I've been talking about. I don't know if it'll be too entertaining though, since tactics games just take so long. And then would you consider vlogging your Japan experience? Oh. I feel like vlogs are fun, but then I don't know if I have enough, like, what is it? What's the opposite of self-consciousness? the lack of self-consciousness to... Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. I'd be scared to vlog because of doxing. I mean, I wouldn't be at home, so I think it'd be okay. Thank you, Fufi. I'm doing well. And also, I think it's like a bit tiring. Yeah, it takes away from being present in the moment. I definitely don't like that. I think whenever I do take like videos or photos, I try to be as quick as possible and then put my phone away. But it would be nice. Maybe like instead of talking too much to the camera, I could take some videos and then talk over it. Are you back home from travels? Yeah, I've been back home for a while. I've been in New Zealand since start of December. Been here for a while. But it's always just kind of hard to stream because my internet is so unpredictable, and then I normally share the room that my computer is in with my boyfriend. I don't know how streamers balance their lifestyle. Maybe they're just not balanced. But when I streamed, it's like a lot easier to stream when you just don't do anything else. Yeah, I don't know. I find it hard to like only stream for a few hours. I always want to stream for ages. And I'm always like wanting to make a new Vtuber. I don't know why, but then it takes like 80 hours. Maybe faster now since I'm faster at drawing, but ooh, the live 2D part. He does have a Vtuber actually, and he did want to stream together, so maybe we could. I forgot to follow up since I was so busy. Did you ever fix your monitor? Oh, the guy you referred me to, I think he got kind of busy. The last email was him telling me that he still had this in mind, but he was busy with something else. But that was a while ago, so maybe I should email him again. But I didn't like want to bother him since I still have the other screen. Stream League together. I'm so bad at League, but maybe you guys can help me. I feel like every time I play games on stream, my chat helps me out so much, which is nice. I do like being there. Oh, we've been playing a lot of Age of Empires 2. He got really into it recently. I really struggle stream that. I get so overwhelmed, like trying to manage everything in the Age of Empire. What Civ? I've been playing. Like the first one that I picked up was Japanese, just because samurai seemed cool. But then I feel like infantry is not that great, so I changed to Cumin. And then I would have played the Chinese, but then they have like a different start, and I wanted to go with the start that I learned. So I went to Cumans because they're fast and they can build the second town center really fast. For the longest time, I didn't know that like if you double click, you can select all the units of one type that are nearby. So I would always like drag select and then shift click to try get them, but usually you don't have time to shift click, so I just drag them and hope for the best. And then after learning how to double click, I accidentally double clicked all my villagers and moved them off their jobs. Just into like a village gathering. That was horrifying. And to one by one assign them all back to their farms and trees. Okay, I think I will leave it here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream with Digipaint today. This is my first time doing a speaker event. It's quite fun. They helped me prepare all the questions and the slides. It'll be uploaded to their YouTube channel afterwards. So if you missed anything or the lag was too bad, you can check it out there. I'll probably post it on my Discord server too. Yeah. Okay, see you guys next time. Hope you've all been well. Happy Lunar New Year. Bye bye.